media strain of podcasting that we probably once thought of as the medium.
The Wondery Plus team will now report to Audible, and more than 100 people will lose their jobs. Meanwhile, Wondery's tentpole shows with major talent will start working with the Creator Services team.
LeBron James is a really good example. He hosts a podcast that is branded as a Wondery show, but on Prime Day, he's a spokesperson, and that he also markets his own product line. So it's really this synergy and this idea to really bring in big deals. He can use the entirety of Amazon to promote.
I'm Bloomberg's Karen Moscow from the California Deluxe Windows Money Desk, KNX News 97.1 FM.
We are surrounded by countless heroes across Southern California who step up with bravery and compassion to help our community in times of need. They also inspire and motivate us. I'm Heather Jordan. Nominate a KNX Helpful Honda Hero of the Week by sending an email to heroes@knxnews.com.
Have you been injured at work now or even last year? You could still be owed serious money, and I can help you get it. I'm Nir Azarov. I know how these insurance companies work, inside and out. My job used to be making sure injured workers got paid as little as possible, so the fat insurance companies could get even richer. But I switched sides because it was the right thing to do. And now I fight for you. I've recovered as much as $7 million in a single case, and I've won many other workers' compensation cases. Give me a call right this second, and in 5 minutes, I'll tell you if you have a case. Your injury could be from stress, a construction site accident, or a slip and fall, or a heart attack. If work contributed in any way, you may still qualify. Call me now at 877-977-PAID. That's 877-977-PAID. I'm attorney Nir Azarov, here to get you paid. That's 877-977-PAID.
At Grocery Outlet, we always have the best wine selection, offering hundreds of wines to cater to any occasion. Whether you're hosting a party or lounging at home for a cozy night in, Grocery Outlet has you covered. And this weekend only, you can save even more. Friday, August 22nd through Sunday, August 24th, save an extra 20% off every single bottle of wine in our inventory. That's right, every single bottle. Don't wait. This extra 20% off wine sale ends Sunday, August 24th, so head on into your local Grocery Outlet today. Grocery Outlet.
Well, residents and business owners in downtown LA say they want to see public safety improved by putting police officers on foot and bicycle patrols across the area. That's the finding of a new survey which shows concern about crime remains high. The research commissioned by the Downtown LA Residents Association shows the two major concerns are people suffering acute mental health episodes in the streets and open-air drug dealing and use. We spoke with the association's co-founder, Cassie Horton.
If we are successful in creating a vibrant neighborhood where kids can play and grandparents can walk, that is going to just make our restaurants and our businesses and our shops even more successful too. It's going to bring the rest of the community, other Angelinos into downtown. And that generates that virtuous cycle around the tax revenue that then can pay for these services, so we can address homelessness and we can address, housing crisis and all of this through the revenue that comes through our community as well.
She says downtown LA, very different from other parts of the city because it's much more densely populated, more like the Chicago Loop or Manhattan. And Cassie says that means policing needs to be different and not reliant on patrols in squad cars. It is 10:55. Traffic every 10 minutes on the fives. Here's Sabina Moore.
All right, Larry, I'm going back to West Covina. This crash just before the 605 at Fraser. It looks like they are making some progress. They moved one car to the center divider, trying to move the other vehicle to the right shoulder. So westbound at Fraser, there was a traffic break. There's still a backup from Pacific, but they're making some progress on this crash. Right now, the 60 westbound leaving Azusa, not as heavy over to the 605. So that's an alternate for you. Thank you for Rick Smith calling in the rain coming down City of Industry, Diamond Bar near the 60-57. I do see a little bit of slowing on the South 57 from Temple over to the 60, but the northbound 57 not too bad out of Brea if you need to get from Imperial to the 60, but just have your windshield wipers working because there's rain in that area. If you see something out there, let us know. KNX Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line, 844 KNX News. Captain Jordan called in the slowing on Topanga heading southbound. He was trying to get over to PCH. I do see a little more congestion. There's a big issue with long-term Caltrans work on the 405 in both directions with lane closures through the Sepulveda Pass. It could be that a lot of drivers are using Topanga instead. Otherwise, they don't have any closures or crashes through that stretch. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the fives from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
It is going to remain hot and muggy throughout today and tomorrow as well before things begin to cool down. And as Rick said when he called in, yeah, rain falling, strong cells coming across the lower desert areas up from the south through La Quinta, Palm Desert, across the 10 freeway as well. So maybe some flash flooding in that area too. So just a bit of a heads up. 10:57 now at KNX News.
Hey, Kim, if you had neuropathy in your arms and hands and were told to have neck surgery, what would you do?
Dave, I'd call Dr. Shulian, the nerve MD. That's exactly what a dentist, Dr. Rutley, did.
I was having atrophy in my right shoulder and right arm and right hand. So they wanted to fuse my vertebrae with my neck. I said, no way. So I got a hold of the nerve MD, Dr. Shulian.
And the results?
I'm having positive results from working with Dr. Shulian, and without having to have my spine worked on, my spine fused.
Today, Dr. Rutley has this advice.
Research it first. That way you can avoid unnecessary surgery and unnecessary treatment.
So if you're experiencing numbness, weakness, or burning in your feet, legs, or arms, call Dr. Shulian, the Nerve MD, at 877-88-NERVE. PPO and Medicare accepted.
Call 877-88-NERVE. 877-88-NERVE. Or log on to nervemd.org. Live pain-free. 877-88-NERVE.
It can be so frustrating to deal with insurance companies. It's Vicki Moore, and you pay your home insurance every month, and then one day you file a claim for water damage. Only to find out your insurance company will pay less than the amount needed to actually fix the damage. So what do? You call Avner Gatt. Avner Gatt is a public insurance adjuster, and he's on your side. You can try to negotiate with the insurance company yourself, but you're quickly going to find out it's not that easy. Avner Gatt negotiates on your behalf to make sure you're getting the best possible outcome. Avner and his team, they've been working with insurance companies for years, and they have the industry know-how that you need on your side. Avner Gatt consistently gets 5-star ratings from homeowners just like you, people who felt taken advantage of by their insurance company when they filed a claim. So they called Avner Gatt, and Avner saved the day. Are you dealing with a homeowner's insurance claim right now? Well, don't wait. Call 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. Avner personally answers the phone. They're a family-owned business. Call them. AvnerGatt.com.
Prepare your home for back to school and back to work with fall deals at the Living Spaces Labor Day event. Cozy up with sofas starting at $295. Wind down with queen beds starting at $150. And impress with dining sets starting at $295. We even offer inspiring home office sets for less. Plus, pay no interest for 24 months on select purchases with your good credit and enjoy free shipping as soon as next day. Discover new styles for the season and shop the Labor Day event only at Living Spaces. Living Spaces.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
KNX FM at HD, Los Angeles.
This is Southern California's news.
And coming up, an 18-year-old woman's been shot and killed on a bus near LAX. Authorities now say they think the missing 7-month-old boy from Yucaipa is dead, his parents in custody. And lightning striking across Southern California, sparking fires, and firefighters are on high alert. Stay with us.
Only on KNX News 97.1 FM.
I'm Larry Perrell. It's 11 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Allison Keyes, a Maryland man whose case became a flashpoint of President Trump's crackdown on immigration, might be headed to Uganda now. Gilmar Abrego Garcia was mistakenly deported for a person in El Salvador and brought back to the U.S. He was released from a Tennessee jail yesterday. CBS News legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
Abrego Garcia still maintains that he was never a gang member and has committed no crimes, and that his immigration status in the United States is lawful. The Trump administration still insists that he was a gang member, he was involved in human smuggling in the United States, and his immigration status makes him completely deportable to any country other than El Salvador.
In Texas,
Surveying 18 eyes, 11 days, House Bill 4 is finally passed.
Republican lawmakers passed a Trump-backed bill to redraw congressional maps in their party's favor, hoping to expand their slim majority in the U.S. House. Rice University professor Mark Jones notes California's Democratic lawmakers are taking a similar plan to voters this fall.
We're definitely likely to see a domino effect. That is, if California is successful or even looks like it's going to be successful, we can expect President Trump to make a similar test like he made to Texas to a state like Florida.
Federal tax incentives for buying electric vehicles end September 30th.
Concern for the environment, tax incentives, and no more trips to the gas station have made electric vehicles a value. But tax credits ending at the end of September could reverse that.
Beyond the incentives for consumers, there were penalties for manufacturers. If they didn't produce enough EVs, they had to pay fines.
Carl Brower with iSeeCars.com does say now is the time to buy, as dealers trying to get rid of inventory before the September 30th deadline are offering discounts, rebates, and 0% financing. But after that,
once the incentive is gone, all those compressed sales are done.
Kathy Whitman for CBS News.
Some 55 million across the nation are facing extreme heat. KOIN-TV meteorologist John Spencer.
101, that is our preliminary afternoon high temperature for us here in the Rose City. Of course, it comes as no surprise. Smashing the old record of 98 degrees last set back in 1942.
But folk on the East Coast are being warned to watch out at the beaches. This Virginia Beach lifeguard says.
It's the times like this, after huge storms, that are really the most dangerous, because it looks inviting, but the rips are all popping up in new places. The sandbars are all disheveled.
High risk are still a problem in New Jersey, but swimming has resumed at Jones Beach State Park. But be careful. This is CBS News.
Take O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs.
little bit of slowing leaving Coldwater over to the 134 and then heading southbound through Universal City. That's actually fairly clear. The brake lights will start, near Hollywood Boulevard on the South 101 to about Alvarado, just before you get to that 110 connector road. And then a quick look at the 605. That's packed with road work from Beverly all the way through to Slauson. And right now, Lakewood Rosemead is still the better option. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
Seeing good containment for the Guilford and Gold fires. We are looking at extreme heat warnings. We're talking about temperatures in some spots, of course, easily going over 100 degrees. Now, there are some exceptions with heat advisories for areas along the Santa Barbara County coast, Ventura County beaches, Ventura County inland, Malibu coast, LA County beaches, also the Santa Ana Mountains and foothills, and then the valleys of San Bernardino, Riverside County, and the Inland Empire. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Jeff Eno, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Parole has been denied for Lyle Menendez. Now, this happened one day after a different parole board made the same decision about his brother Eric. We got reaction from LA legal analyst Rachel Fizet, who says this is not really a surprise.
I think we had a little insight as to how this would go. I'm sure that Lyle Menendez was feeling discouraged as he walked into that hearing, and this is not very surprising.
I take it that in both cases now, the chance to look to the parole board for release is now on the table for what, 3 years?
3 years. So now he is back waiting. He's had some insight into what kinds of things happen and what they discuss inside of these parole hearings, what violations. Now, he had what I would consider less serious violations during his prison time than Eric did, even though he was still denied. So they are really asking him to be a model citizen inside of prison for the next 3 years.
Legal analyst Chris Melcher tells us he's also not surprised Lyle was denied parole.
Now, on parole, they're not necessarily looking at the circumstances of the crime. They're looking at whether this person has been rehabilitated and poses an unreasonable risk to society. Both Eric and Lyle received the same classification scores on their supposed risk if they were released. And Eric had 8 violations while in custody. Lyle had 5 violations, and I think they're fairly minor, but that was significant to the parole board in denying parole to Eric.
Governor Newsom could commute their sentences at any time, but there's no indication right now whether he'll do that. Also reacting to the Menendez parole denial is LA County DA Nathan Hochman. Our Art Sanders says he's been opposed to release for the brothers since he was elected to office.
But he does say the issue for parole for the Menendez brothers is not never, but not yet. He bases his decision against letting them go on the failure of both Eric and Lyle to, as he says, exhibit full insight into their criminal actions and the lies they've told. And Hochman tells CNN the central lie being the self-defense defense at trial, and that's a lie they've persisted in for 35 years.
You know, it's part of a continuum of the failure to basically come clean with the truth. I think that's what the parole board really focused on. That if these two brothers are going ahead and violating the rules inside the prison in a structured environment, if they keep failing for 30 years to acknowledge the full extent of their crimes, how can we trust them on the outside to abide by the rules? And I think that was what the focus of the parole board was, both for Eric and Lyle in each of these situations.
And Hochman says taking responsibility for your crimes is not just true for the Menendez brothers, but for everyone facing a parole board hearing. He says you have to have a baseline acceptance for all the things you've done wrong. I'm Art Sanders, KNX News 97.1 FM.
LA County Fire on high alert due to the heat wave and red flag warning. They have pre-deployed crews in Santa Clarita and Newhall because of the extra dry conditions. We talked to LA County Fire Captain Sheila Kelleher, who tells us firefighters have plenty of training when it comes to battling wildfires.
We've had such a strong focus because LA County has so much urban wildland interface that is a huge portion of our training on a daily basis. So you walk into any fire station, doesn't matter if it's in West Hollywood, Fire Station 8, or out in Santa Clarita, brush fire training is a huge part of what we do. And as soon as May hits, we start talking about brush clearance. That's when we pull out all of our gear and everybody starts training for brush fires. So we do have those stations that are brush fire centric, but everybody knows that they can be called on a strike team at any moment. So that's a big part of our training and why we're so prepared.
And she adds that due to the dryness and red flag warning, it's important people be extra careful to not spark fires. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the 210, the 10, and the 60 freeways. Going to compare commutes there with Sabina Mora. That's next.
Attention RVers! The RV Roadshow is back 4 days only, August 21st through 24th. Meet RV reps, attend seminars, free parking and admission. Sponsored by Mike Thompson RV Santa Fe Springs. 8 miles north of Disneyland off the I-5 Valley View exit. Info at MikeThompson.com.
Motorman here for California Car Cover. Make your ride shine with California Gold and Shine, our premium line of car care products. Keep that just washed look going strong with the original California Car Duster. We've got awesome detail kit and bundles too. Want a spot-free rinse? Just turn on the hose. The portable water deionizer by On The Go removes hard materials for a spotless finish every time. Protect your dash with a custom-fit dash cover from Dash Designs. They guard against cracking and fading, cut down glare, and come in a wide range of fabric, colors, and fits. Our midsummer catalog is out now, packed with the latest gear. Just visit calcarcover.com or call 800-423-5525 to get on the list. Good Guys 38 West Coast Nationals, August 22nd through the 24th in Pleasanton. Stop by our booth. I hope to see you there.
Heard the latest about Social Security? By 2033, projected to drop to just 79% of what we were promised. At Mosley Wealth Management, we have a strategy that can help. Give us a call, 855-526-0045. That's mosleywealthmanagement.com.
Have you been injured at work? Downtown LA Law Group Injury Attorneys. Text Injury Help to 40222. Text Injury Help to 40222.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
Could not believe how my hearing and life changed. Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, everyone. I'm Fernando Perez with Capital Funding. According to the United States Census Bureau, there are now more than 10,000 people retiring each day in America. Many are struggling financially. Others will outlive their retirement income and depend on their family to support them. Fortunately, there is a home loan backed by the Federal Housing Administration that may eliminate your house payment. This is not one of those old reverse mortgages where the bank takes your property with all your equity when you pass away. No, you stay in your home, keep the title and all the equity in your property. You or your spouse must be at least 62 years old and have equity in your home. Imagine no mortgage payments for the rest of your life while keeping your equity and title to your home. Questions? Call us at 888-339-3934. With this new program, all of your remaining equity goes directly to your heirs. Call us at 888-339-3934. That's 888-339-3934. 888-339-3934. Thanks, everyone.
Good morning, I'm Larry Perrell. It's 11:15, and coming up on KNX News 97.1 FM, LA Sparks star Kelsey Plum, not just making moves on court, also starting something new off court. Going to tell you more about that. Plus, Lyle Menendez and his brother Eric staying behind bars. Stories on the way. First, a look at traffic. Here's Sabina Mora.
All right, let's start with the crash on the 10 at Fraser, which is pretty much cleared up, which is great news. This is westbound on the 10 before the 605. I still see some brake lights leaving West Covina from just past Azusa all the way through to the 605. I would say the 60 is kind of quiet westbound, not too heavy. I don't see closures from Azusa over to the 605.
Violations during his prison time than Eric did, even though he was still denied. So they're really asking him to be a model citizen inside of prison for the next 3 years.
Lyle's younger brother Eric had his parole denied the day before. The Menendez brothers have spent decades in prison for the shotgun murders on their parents inside their home in Beverly Hills. The brothers became eligible for parole after a judge reduced their sentences in May from life without parole to 50 years to life. And the DA has been speaking out against parole for the brothers. Our Art Sanders says Nathan Hochman agrees. Even after 35 years behind bars, they're not yet ready for release.
He says their denial is part of a continuum of their failure to come clean with the truth, and he believes that's what the parole board focused on. Hochman says if the two brothers are going ahead and violating the rules inside the prison in a structured environment, how can they be trusted to abide by the rules on the outside? But he does tell CNN they're the only ones in control of what happens next.
Because the issue for parole is not never, not yet. And the thing I base it on is in part what the parole board itself based it on. The failure of both Eric and Lyle to exhibit full insight into their criminal actions and all the lies they have told. The centralizing the self-defense defense at trial. And that's a line that they have persisted in for 35 years.
And even though Lyle Menendez told the board he will be forever sorry, the panel found that there are still signs that he poses a risk to the public. At the hearing, he also said, "My mom and dad did not have to die that day," adding that his decision to use violence was solely his and not his baby brother's responsibility. I'm Art Sanders, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco denouncing a new report that says his department has done a bad job at solving crime since he took office 6 years ago. He's up to run for governor for California next year. In that report, a nonprofit group called the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice says data from several sources shows that under Bianco's leadership, the department has cleared only 9% of its violent crime and property offense cases. And it says that's the worst rate of any sheriff's department in California's 58 counties. But Bianco, who is a conservative Republican, dismissing the report as a political hit piece, says the group that put it out has a left-wing bias. Press Enterprise quotes him as saying the data contained in the report is fatally flawed, and insists that the Riverside County Sheriff's Department is actually one of the most successful and efficient law enforcement agencies in the nation. Residents and businesses in downtown LA say they want to see police street patrols to improve public safety. It's one of the main findings of a new survey of people in the area, which finds two main concerns are people of acute mental health breakdowns in public and widespread drug dealing and use in open spaces. More now from Cassie Horton, co-founder of the Downtown LA Residents Association.
What we're really looking for is a different kind of policing. Downtown is a dense, walkable urban environment. It's more like, you know, the Loop in Chicago or Manhattan or something along those lines where you've got a lot of people in a small area, and having police cars where, you know, the cops are kind of driving around responding to something in Chinatown or something in the arts district. It's not the kind of policing we want in our neighborhood. We actually want cops on the street, by Ralph's, by the CVS, who get to know you, to deter things from happening in the first place.
She says officers she's talked with are enthusiastic about enhanced street patrols, but the problem is one of tight city resources. And a vigil in the Inland Empire for a baby whose parents are now suspected of murdering him. One woman who showed up for the vigil last night outside the Cabazon home of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro said she can't imagine how anybody could want to kill their child.
I had 2 miscarriages. When I had those, it broke my heart. So to see that somebody was able to hurt this little boy, it's not okay.
Emmanuel's parents had claimed he was kidnapped by a man who knocked out his mother as she was changing his diaper in a parking lot. But KCAL News reporter Nicole Comstock says sheriff's detectives don't believe that story after looking into it.
Investigators now say they have evidence proving that alleged kidnapping did not occur and that baby Emmanuel is likely dead.
Both parents arrested at their home yesterday. 11:35, traffic every 10 minutes on the 5s. Here's Sabina Mora.
All right, going to start with the crash on the 110 heading into Carson southbound. Looks like just past the 91 freeway as you get closer to the 405. We have a 3-car crash. They are blocking several lanes, middle lanes, and traffic is backed up pretty heavy here from Rosecrans on the southbound 110. Thank you, Arlette from Redondo Beach, for calling in. The wreck on the 105 eastbound just past the 110 is closer to Central Avenue. continue. There's some activity here with one of the tow trucks on the scene. The right lane, at least one is blocked, possibly two. So there's a backup from before the 110 freeway on the 105 eastbound. If you're trying to get to LAX on the westbound side of the 105, you should be okay. From the 605 all the way through to Sepulveda, I don't see the airport very busy at the moment. Now, the traffic on the 101 continues south, heading towards Laurel Canyon. That's a car that broke down, taking up a right lane. And with this stalled car, there's a backup out to Sherman Oaks, heading into Studio City, either south or eastbound on the 101, right at Laurel Canyon. Southbound side of the 170 is also starting to busy up, approaching the 101, 134 connectors. Yes, our 405 is packed in both directions. An ongoing project this weekend until Monday morning. Several lanes will be blocked off in both directions. Southbound at Sunset, northbound at Wilshire off the 405 freeway, and using Sepulveda as an alternate. That's actually pretty crowded right now. Topanga was also busy earlier, not too bad at the moment, and our Canyon roads looking clear if you want to use those. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
Now, kind of a mixed bag of weather out there on this Saturday. Let's get the latest now from Weather Channel meteorologist Jeff Dino.
We'll cover the heat advisories first. The mountains, San Bernardino and Riverside County, pretty much out of the picture as far as the advisories go, but San Bernardino and Riverside County valleys, Inland Empire under the heat advisories, Santa Ana Mountains and foothills as well. And then we're looking at the Santa Barbara County coast, Ventura County beaches, Malibu coast, LA County beaches. Everywhere else pretty much under the extreme heat warning. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Jeff Eno, KNX News 97.1 FM.
The RV Roadshow, sponsored by Mike Thompson RV Santa Fe Springs, August 21st through 24th. Save thousands with blow-up pricing on all new and used RVs. Browse a massive selection of motorhomes, travel trailers, toy haulers, and more. Info at MikeThompson.com.
Loud sounds driving you nuts? Hi, I'm Aaron, founder of California Deluxe Windows. We make home windows that keep out noise and keep you sane. We also custom fit every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips and we wouldn't crack one. You would be crazy not to call us.
Buy 5 windows, get 1 free during our summer sale. Call California Deluxe Windows, 800-910-8600. 800-910-8600. That's 800-910-8600. Or go to cdwindows.com. Terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
We ask parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit AdoptUSKids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
The Justice Department has released material from its 2-day interview with Jeffrey Epstein's imprisoned former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. Details now from CBS News reporter Nicole Killian.
Maxwell indicating that she never saw President Trump in any type of inappropriate behavior, compromising behavior. There had been a lot of speculation about A, whether or not there was some type of client list, and B, who may have been on it, given Epstein's associations with figures like President Trump before he took office, also people like former President Bill Clinton. She was asked by Blanche whether or not she knew if former President Clinton had gotten a massage. She said no, she didn't.
Maxwell currently serving a 20-year prison sentence stemming from charges she helped Epstein recruit and abuse underage victims. Man who was deported to El Salvador by mistake reunited with his family in Maryland after being released from custody. The CBS's his reunion, though, may be short-lived as the Trump administration now vowing to deport him to Uganda, which has agreed to accept some U.S. deportees. CBS's Camila Montoyo Galvez explains why Garcia is still facing possible deportation.
He does still face arrest and deportation by immigration officials. Why? He entered the country illegally back in 2011 and has an active deportation order. And so technically, it is legally permissible for the Trump administration to try to deport him to any other country in the world except El Salvador.
The Trump administration suffered a setback on its immigration crackdown yesterday after a federal judge blocked the administration from cutting off federal funding to dozens of so-called sanctuary cities and counties. We'll check your ride next.
Do you have old injuries from a past job? New injuries from your present job? Nagging pain? Call me, attorney Robert Ozeron, at 310-999-9989. The Injured Worker Hotline. That's 310-999-9989.
It's the Labor Day sale from the store more Southern Californians trust to do their California dreamin'. Sit and sleep.
Right, Dad. During our Labor Day sale, save up to $1,000 of the best brands and up to $700 in Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets.
Plus, with your good credit, get 0% financing for 36 months with your minimum monthly payment and 10% down.
So get a dream price on a mattress that'll have you California dreaming every night during Sit and Sleep's Labor Day sale.
Sit and Sleep will beat anyone's advertised price, or your mattress is free!
Loud sounds driving you nuts? Hi, I'm Aaron, founder of California Deluxe Windows. We make home windows that keep out noise and keep you sane. We also custom fit every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one. You would be crazy not to call us.
Buy 5 windows, get 1 free during our summer sale. Call California Deluxe Windows. 800-846-5700. 800-846-5700. That's 800-846-5700. Or go to cdwindows.com. Terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
Are you in for a wild ride? Yamama Resort and Casino in San Manuel is giving away not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 8 Jeeps August 27th. It's the most cars given away in a single day ever. Club Serrano members can begin their adventure to owning an iconic Jeep by earning entries starting August 1st. It's the most epic adventure yet. And speaking of epic, watch Jurassic World Rebirth at home now. It's all happening at Yamama Resort and Casino. You in? Details at Yamama.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Video and Audio Center. Get game day ready with huge deals from Samsung, Sony, LG, and more. Plus free setup. Our prices are lower than other authorized dealers and are backed by our low price guarantee. See store for details. Score stunning 4K clarity with Samsung, your ultimate playmaker. Catch the 75-inch 2025 smart 4K TV for just $647. Go deep with Sony OLED. Cinematic color on every play. The 65-inch is just $1898. It's game day deals only at Video and Audio Center. Plus free setup. Shop in store or call the hotline 310-899-2929.
Good morning, I'm Larry Perrell. It's 11:45. Coming up on KNX News 97.1 FM. An icon in the valley, now an eyesore for residents. We're going to tell you why. Plus, should you bring mom and dad to your next interview? Maybe. I don't know, it might be a little bit strange. Just saying.
Yeah, a little strange. I mean, I can't imagine back in the day bringing my mom or dad to an interview, but it's a thing now, I guess.
I guess it. I don't know. That would just be so strange for me. Anyway, all right. I'll look at traffic now, brought to you by Downey Hyundai. Here's Sabina.
All right. 2 separate issues on the 110 I think you need to know about. First of all, if you're trying to get into Carson, southbound side of the 110, just past the 91, there's a lot of slowing. There's a crash. It looks like at least 3 cars involved. They were blocking middle lanes and debris to clean up. So there's going to be traffic break here. The backup is Rosecrans. And now I have a crash in the backup, a 6-car crash. The carpooling is blocked right at El Segundo. Looks like the carpooling lane, possibly another left lane, and one car flipped over. So there's a lot of delays here. Thank you, Rod, for calling in. I see that backup starting from before the 105 connector. So in this case, because of these two issues, taking the 110 southbound is not a good idea. Maybe using Main Street, Western, even Central or Wilmington Avenue are going to be better. Or forget Central. That's going to be tough because there's some road work there and the off-ramp is blocked off the 105. But Wilmington Avenue is another alternate for you. And a quick look at the 605 delays. I still see the extra brake lights leaving Beverly over to Slauson. This is also road work. We have at least 3 lanes that are coned off, 3 right lanes. Lakewood Rosemead is still a better ride. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
The heat sticks around this weekend, adding humidity into the mix as well. So we do have the chance of monsoon thunderstorms. Highest chance for our mountain and desert communities. Temperatures this afternoon, 90s across Los Angeles and Orange County. Feeling 80s at the coastline and triple-digit heat across the valleys. Relief in sight. Temperatures dropping closer to average as we head into this upcoming week. That's our next weather forecast. I'm KCAL News meteorologist Alex Biston for KNX News 97.1 FM.
Well, Valley Plaza was once the place to shop, state-of-the-art outdoor shopping mall, but now it's been declared a public nuisance by the city of LA, and our Karen Adams has more from North Hollywood.
The buildings here at Valley Plaza are dilapidated, boarded up. There's a homeless encampment here. There have been fires, assaults, and drug overdoses here. LA City Councilman Adrien Nazarian says it's far from what it used to be when it opened in 1951 as a state-of-the-art shopping center.
It's hard to believe, but once upon a time, these buildings right across the street were the pride of the valley. Even President Kennedy came to visit when it was a state-of-the-art shopping center. This neighborhood was the commercial heart of the San Fernando Valley.
Now the Board of Building and Safety Commissioners has agreed with Nazarian about Valley Plaza's condition and voted to declare it a public nuisance. Diane Corral with the Laurel Canyon Neighborhood Association agrees and says the current owners, 2 brothers, have done nothing but profited off the eyesore.
Been leasing it out to film productions. You know, he had that movie years ago that was about the LA riots, and then most recently the Fallout series, the post-apocalyptic Fallout series. It's embarrassing. They have to come over here. They don't need to build a movie set. They just set up here, and he's making money off of that. Instead of improving it, he's making money off of it being unsafe for us and looking, you know, as it does.
The commissioner's vote opens the door for Valley Plaza to be torn down and redeveloped.
Have you ever considered bringing your mom or dad to a job interview? Here's Chris Seatons.
Apparently it's a thing for some Gen Zers. Those are people between 13 and 28 years old. A new study shows an amazing 77% brought a parent to an interview. But job placement expert Paul Flaherty of the consulting firm Robert Half says it's really not a good idea.
You know, parents, they support and they provide guidance, and that's incredibly valuable, but that should be outside the interview room. Their presence in the interview likely wouldn't be seen as appropriate.
The study also found that 53% of the parents speak with a hiring manager on their behalf, and 1 in 3 Gen Zers had their parent write their resume. I'm Chris Seatons, KNX News 97.1 FM.
What do you mean my boy is not worth that money? WNBA champ Kelsey Plum wants to make sure LA girls never feel left out of the game. KNX's Natalie Tavidian spoke with her about her new foundation.
Heart of LA's Parks and Rec Center, dozens of girls dribbled side by side with one of WNBA's biggest stars, Kelsey Plum.
We all want to connect and feel loved and appreciated, and so I think it goes back to that. Now I am grateful that it gets probably highlighted a little bit more because of where our league is at, but this was going to happen regardless, and just it was the perfect time to do it.
Speaking of that connection, I saw you connecting with the kids and having just as much fun as they were. What was it like for you to be so hands-on for the launch?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a kid, right? And, you know, if I'm going to put my name on something, I'm going to be there, right? And that's why I think it's taken a little bit longer for me to get going, just because I needed to be able to have some balance in my life, right? And this is a perfect time, and I feel so connected to Southern California. I'm from here.
The nonprofit will focus on building ports, running clinics, and funding community groups, which are already doing the work. At the Heart of LA Parks and Rec Center, I'm Natalie Tavidian, KNX News 97.1 FM.
All right, a check of money now, 11:50, Bloomberg's Nathan Hager.
The meal kit subscription business is going through big changes. The company that pioneered it is ditching subscriptions.
With Blue Apron, skip the stress of meal planning and just enjoy living a healthy lifestyle.
Blue Apron is moving away from the box a week of pre-cut ingredients and shifting to an a la carte model, even with meals you can throw in the microwave, as the company tries to cater to customers living on even more of a budget.
People aren't really meal plans, and they don't necessarily want to eat the exact same way every single week, and they were looking for a lot more flexibility.
That's Blue Apron Senior Vice President Whitney Pigeon. She says microwavable meals will start at $10. The regular meal kits will run from $10 to $14. And customers can get free shipping if they opt for a $10 a month membership called Blue Apron Plus. It's the biggest change since the company was acquired by Grubhub parent Wonder in 2023.
Blue Apron wants to be one of the many ways in which you feed yourself and you feed your family.
I'm Bloomberg's Nathan Hager from the California Deluxe Windows Money Desk, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Hey, this is Cam from Whittier. You know, I don't even bother getting up in the morning and checking in my traffic app because I just depend on KNX News, get me to work and get me to where I need to go. You guys are awesome.
Southern California's news is KNX News 97.1 FM.
It's summertime, and it's definitely getting hot, hot, hot. But if your love life is so not very hot, well, there's a way to fix it. Boston Medical Group has delivered a simple and effective solution for ED, proven to work when all else has failed. It's ICP, also known as ED Shots. ICP uses a custom blend of FDA-approved medications specifically formulated to restore healthy blood flow where you need it most. In fact, ICP works for 98% of men in just a few minutes, regardless of age or medical conditions. Our telemedicine platform now brings this virtually 100% effective solution right to your doorstep. And there's free formula upgrades for those who need more potent results. Our summer special, new patients receive 10 free extra doses of ICP medication when signing up for the standard program. Call 800-896-3100. That's 800-896-3100. Or visit bostonmedicalgroup.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide, based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Breeze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze Car Vent Clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze Car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Pick it up, Oscar!
Well, multiple postal services around Europe say they are suspending the shipment of many packages to the United States amid a lack of clarity over new import duties. Postal services in Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Italy too say they're going to stop shipping most merchandise to the U.S. effective immediately. France and Austria will follow Monday, and the UK Tuesday. Well, from August 29th, international goods that were previously exempt from U.S. tariffs, those valued at under $800, will be subject to import duties. Letters, books, gifts, and small parcels worth less than $100 will continue to be exempt. And California could soon become the first state to require restaurants to let diners know about any possible food allergens in each item on their menus. Sacramento lawmakers now considering a bill that would force restaurants to either list such allergens on their physical menus, post them on or provide QR codes for a digital menu with the information. It would cover the 9 kinds of foods that cause the most common allergies, which are milk, eggs, fish, shellfish, tree nuts, peanuts, wheat, sesame, and soybeans. The bill's author is a Southern California state senator who has severe food allergies herself and has even had to be treated at hospitals several times after eating things she didn't know might be dangerous for her. All right, let's Let's get a check of traffic now at 11:55. This update brought to you by Downey Hyundai. Here is Sabina Moore.
All right, going to go back to the 110 freeway and the serious slowing heading southbound if you're trying to leave the 105 to get over to the 405 connector. So this crash just past the 91. We still have a tow truck there. Several lanes are blocked off, and it's causing a backup from Alondra. And then in the backup to that crash, there's another wreck at El Segundo. A car flipped over with this crash southbound side of the 110, and traffic is very heavy approaching El Segundo from before the 105 connector. This is also slowing down our 105 eastbound to the 110, and then closer to Central, I have another accident, a 3-car crash. So tough spot here, taking your Service Street alternates. Probably a good idea, like a western heading southbound instead of the 110. Even Main Street would help you out a bit. Traffic on the northbound side of the 5 freeway. Now through Norwalk, it's picking up from Rosecrans over to the 605. Earlier crash cleared up, but southbound side of the 5 at Garfield, I still see some slowing approaching. That crash now being moved to the right side. A newer problem at Puente on the westbound 10. That looks like a bus that broke down on the freeway. Not sure what lane is blocked yet, but it's causing a backup from Sunset, and traffic on the 605 extra busy and heavy from Rose Hills southbound to Telegraph, and this is due to road work. Get up to a $7,500 federal tax credit on a new Hyundai EV, at least a 2025 Ioniq 5 or purchase at Downey Hyundai. Hurry, you must take delivery by September 30th, 2025. Come in now for the biggest selection. DowneyHyundai.com for details. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
We have a lot of clouds out there and some hot temperatures as well. Muggy conditions too. 80s, 90s, low triple digits. Clear skies tonight, lows around 70.
Hi, this is Eric, CEO of Ultimate Tax Group. If you owe the IRS or state-backed taxes or have any unfiled tax returns, business or personal, call me now. 888-855-0048. I have some good news I want to share with you. Us taxpayers can now take advantage of the IRS Fresh Start programs. My team of tax experts will help you resolve your case. We care and fight for our clients. We want you to take your freedom back today. Don't let the IRS take any aggressive actions against you. Call Ultimate Tax Group, 888-855-0048. We have a 5-star and A+ rating. Call now. We'll give you a complimentary $495 value from our direct IRS hotline. Let's call the IRS together to map out a strategy and resolve your case. Get the fresh start you deserve. Call 888-855-0048. 888-855-0048.
Looking to sell your valuable coins, high-end jewelry, collectibles, or fine art? Meet Bob. When he's not buying and selling rolled coins, he sings opera about tangible investments.
Make investing understandable. Use tangible.
He's been there, done that.
Yes, I've dealt with many dealers over the years, and one of the problems you run into is that they try to buy low from you and sell high to make large profits. So the first few coins that I sold were kind of a test and still passed with flying colors. And just that commitment and interest making me feel like I'm special.
Tangible Investments owner Sil DiGenova, America's top dealer in coins, precious metals, jewelry, and fine art. You'll sing his praises too.
Sil DiGenova pays more.
Call now for a no-obligation free professional appraisal. 800-885-1400. 800-885-1400. 800-885-1400.
Termites do destructive and expensive damage, so do something about it. It's Vicki Moore. Call Pacific Coast Termite for your free, thorough inspection of your home or business. Then, if you decide to get the treatment, it's no 10, no move-out, orange oil, and Ultraset. Pacific Coast Termite, working from San Diego to Santa Barbara and all points in between. You get 10% off with a 2-year warranty. And mention my name, Vicki, for an extra $50 off. Some restrictions apply. 800-PACIFIC, PacificCoastTermite.com. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
KNX FM and HD, Los Angeles.
This is Southern California News.
Coming up, Eric and Lyle Menendez are going to both stay in prison. We'll tell you why LA County's DA agrees with that decision. Series of bills to help prisoner firefighters making its way through Sacramento. And LA County Fire taking some extra precautions this weekend because of the heat wave.
Only on KNX News 97.1 FM.
I'm Larry Grill, 12 noon.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored
sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
I'm Allison Keyes. Lawyers for that Maryland man mistakenly deported to El Salvador now say the Trump administration intends to deport him. This after Kilmar Abrego Garcia was brought back to the U.S. and then released from a Tennessee prison yesterday. CBS's Christian Benavides.
I'm so grateful for them, and I want them to know that we have made a closer step towards justice, but we still need more justice.
In a video released by an advocacy group and through a translator, Abrego Garcia thanked supporters and those who prayed for him. He was released from criminal custody on pre-trial detention ahead of a federal trial on charges he smuggled immigrants into the U.S., something he denies.
The family of one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims is outraged over transcripts released by the Justice Department yesterday of a conversation with Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Victoria Robert Chapre's family says the convicted child sex trafficker was given a platform to rewrite history. Now to the Russian war in Ukraine, as the Kremlin's foreign ministry, Sergei Lavrov, is downplaying any possible meeting of the presidents of those two nations, telling NBC's Meet the Press.
There is no meeting planned. Putin is ready to meet with Zelensky when the agenda would be ready for a summit. And this agenda is not ready at all.
In Napa Valley, the picket fire is still growing and new evacuation orders are in place amid a massive heat wave in the Golden State. It's sweltering in Seattle as well. KIRO-TV meteorologist Morgan Palmer.
This heat is going to have a prolonged duration. We're going to have days of this coming up. 89 in Marysville, 91 in Arlington, 90 in Monroe. A little cooler across the islands, but still 86 in Bellingham on the mainland, and 95 in Shelton. 94 in Olympia will be a record hot.
If you've had COVID, you may have damage to your arteries.
While COVID primarily affects the respiratory system, it's been known to lead to issues in other parts of the body as well, and that apparently includes the cardiovascular system. New research published in the European Heart Journal finds people who have had COVID have stiffer arteries compared to people who have not had COVID. The scientists believe this arterial stiffening may cause early vascular aging of as much as 5 years. About 768 million people around the world have been infected by COVID-19. Michael Toscano, CBS News.
A federal judge has blocked the Trump administration from cutting funding to dozens of so-called sanctuary cities and counties, including Los Angeles and Chicago. This is CBS News.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
From the DTLA Law Group Injury Help Studios.
This is Southern California's news.
KNX News, 97.1 FM.
And a very good afternoon to you on this Saturday. I'm Larry Perrell. Here's what's happening at 12:03. Two parents in the Inland Empire now behind bars after being arrested on suspicion of murdering their 7-month-old baby. And there's now been a big turnout for a candlelight vigil in honor of Emmanuel Haro outside the home in Cabazon where he'd lived with his accused killers. The parents, Rebecca and Jay Haro, claim Emmanuel was kidnapped by a man who knocked out Rebecca as she was changing the boy's diaper in a parking lot. The sheriff's detectives now say the couple lied. And some people who attended the vigil last night telling KCAL News they were shocked to hear that, while others said they kind of suspected it.
That made my heart drop. Because then I said, okay, now it's completely off of what was said. What really happened?
I didn't really believe it. Just from the get-go, the mom, you could tell, those crocodile tears.
Investigators say, based on evidence they found, they're convinced Emmanuel is dead, and they're now focused to try to find his body. His arrested parents scheduled to make their first court appearance on Tuesday. Residents and business owners in downtown LA say they want to see public safety improved by putting police officers on foot and bicycle patrol across the area. It's the finding of a new survey that shows concern about crime remains high. The investigation shows that two major concerns are people suffering acute mental health episodes in the streets and open-air drug dealing and use. We talked with the association's co-founder, Kathy Horton.
If we are successful in creating a vibrant neighborhood where kids can play and grandparents can walk, that is going to just make our restaurants and our businesses and our shops even more successful too. It's going to bring the rest of the community, the rest, other Angelinos into downtown, and that generates that virtuous cycle around the tax revenue that then can lead for these services, so we can address homelessness and we can address, housing crisis and all
different and not reliant on patrol in squad cars. All right, it is 12:05. Let's take a look at your ride on this Saturday afternoon. Here's Sabina.
All right, Larry, going to go to the unusual slowing on the 5 freeway southbound at the 14. It's a 3-car crash. Now 2 left lanes are blocked off. They are waiting for some tow trucks, and traffic is pretty busy, not only southbound side of the 5 freeway approaching the 14 leading Lions, but also on the northbound side of the 5 from the 210 to the 14. You can expect to see some slowing through that stretch. Our 405 freeway, the delays here start at the 101 out of Sherman Oaks all the way through the Sepulveda Pass. Because of our closure at Sunset, 3 lanes are going to be coned off, and this is going to be till Monday morning, including a closure on the northbound 405 at Worcester. That's down a couple of lanes as well for a paving project, and this is all going to be until Monday morning. So expect to see busy traffic on the 405 all weekend. I would say Sepulveda is an alternate for you. I do see the heavy traffic at the moment near Mulholland. Heading northbound, Sepulveda is an option, and then of course our Canyon Roads and the 101 at this time it's not too bad as far as heavy delays if you're trying to leave Studio City and head southbound all the way through Universal City. I will see some slowing here near Hollywood Boulevard as brake lights. I don't see the closures, but I do see the slow traffic through Hollywood heading south on the 101 and approaching the 110. So definitely reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on 5 from the KNX News 24-hour traffic center.
Most of the region baking under the excessive heat warning. There are some heat advisories, San Bernardino, Riverside County Valleys, the Inland Empire, and then, of course, along the immediate coast, Santa Ana Mountains also with the advisories. Again, most of the region, though, under those excessive heat warnings. Now, we are looking at the uptick in monsoon moisture, and with that, we could see some stray showers and storms. And also, of course, the bad side of that, we could see some lightning strikes. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Jeff Eno, KNX News 97.1 FM. Eric Lyle Menendez will both stay in prison. Lyle had his parole denied yesterday, just a day after his brother Eric lost his. DA Nathan Hochman had been open about his opposition to the brothers' release, at least for now. The Ohio Rachel Bizet has more on the district attorney's stance.
I think Nathan Hochman wants to see more remorse. I think he wants to see a lot of humility. I think he wants to be told that his position is right. I think at this moment he's got some public backlash for his decision. He's probably feeling vindicated based on his own recommendations. So I think it has to be, there's a fine line here, and they're going to have to try to walk it, meaning finding Nathan Hochman to be correct, showing the remorse that he wants to see, and being upstanding throughout the remainder of their time.
Both brothers will stay in prison for at least the next 3 years. Let's get more now from Art Sanders about LA County's DA agreeing with the parole board's decision.
In his closing remarks to the panel, Lyle said, "I am profoundly sorry for who I was, for the harm that everyone has endured. I will never be able to make up for the harm and grief I caused everyone in my family. I'm so sorry to everyone, and I will be forever sorry." But the board still found signs he poses a risk to the public. DA Nathan Hochman tells CNN that this was the appropriate outcome for both brothers, who he believes have not exhibited full insight into their criminal actions and all the lies they have told.
It's not just true for the Menendez brothers, it's true for everybody. Until you have the baseline acceptance for all the things you've done wrong, it's virtually impossible to trust that if we let you out, you're going to abide by society's laws. And what the parole board focused on was that while they've been in prison over the last couple of years, they've broken the prison rules.
But it does say the issue of parole for the Menendez brothers is not never, but not yet. In a statement, the brothers' family said while